Hey friends, happy Monday and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Taylor and I usually share these What's for Dinner videos every Sunday, but since yesterday was Father's Day, I skipped uploading on Father's Day. I didn't want to have to worry about getting it edited, and that way I could spend time with my husband Andy, and those of you got to spend time with your family. I figured everybody would just be kind of busy. So that's why I didn't upload yesterday. But we're here today with a week of dinner ideas, some of which are really, really easy, not really like any recipe for them. Some of them were a couple new recipes, but even those recipes are very simple. I'm trying to do things that don't like keep me in the kitchen standing over the stove the whole time. I'd rather something that I can just like pop in the oven. I know everybody doesn't really like using the oven during the summer, but I don't have a grill anymore. It like rusted out. And so a lot of my cooking is done in the kitchen, and it's already so hot in my kitchen at that time of day because of the sliding glass door and the sun setting on that side of the house that I would rather just throw a dinner in the oven and leave the room. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this week's What's for Dinner. Friday, we did ham, green beans, and potatoes. I came home from the grocery store and just threw this in the crock pot. So these are some baby gold potatoes I've cut in half. And then I'm adding in some cubed ham. One of these was a ham steak that I picked up at Kroger. The rest of it was some diced ham that I had in the freezer from Easter that I wanted to use up. I just didn't think that it was enough ham that I had from the freezer, so I also used the ham steak. And then 3 cans of green beans, one of which I drained, and then I did some Knorr chicken bouillon, some garlic powder, some Tony's Creole seasoning, some Badia Complete, and a little bit of pepper, and then I gave that a good little stir, and then put a stick of butter on this and put the lid on it and cooked it on high for 4 hours. And usually I will do this with like smoked sausage on the stove. I have done it with smoked sausage in the crock pot as well, and it works out great, but I really wanted to use up this ham and it sounded really good in this, and it did turn out really good. Here's what our plates look like. I forgot to show, I do usually top this with some hot sauce. Me and Andy love it with some hot sauce. This was a great, quick and easy dinner to throw in the crock pot on a day when I went grocery shopping earlier in the day. Saturday night, we did burgers. So we've got burgers here, cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, baked beans on the side. In case you're wondering, I do not like the baked beans from Aldi, and these are Bush's baked beans that I bought back when I still had a Sam's Club membership, and we were going through our last couple of cans of that. And then we've all got chips. I've got the fried pickle and ranch chips, very good, love those. And the kids have the Aldi brand of Funyuns, which they really enjoy. Sunday night, I wanted something quick and easy that I didn't have to spend a lot of time in the kitchen making, and so we did chicken tender wraps. I just threw a bag of chicken tenders in the air fryer, cooked them up, and then we could all make our wraps however we wanted. I put some of the Kinder's buffalo sauce on my chicken tenders and then had that with some lettuce and cheese and ranch, and then some kettle cooked barbecue chips on the side. Lily just does chicken and cheese in her wraps and then tomatoes on the side with her chips, and then Elijah did regular chicken, a little bit of ranch, lettuce, and cheese. And then Andy, I think, made his similar to mine, but he didn't want spicy that night, so he didn't do any buffalo sauce. Monday night, I tried a new recipe. It wasn't really a recipe. It didn't have exact measurements or anything when I saw this on the Lemon 8 app, but I decided to give it a try because it sounded really good. So I'm starting off with 4 chicken breasts here. Well, actually it's 2, and I've sliced them in half horizontally, so I have 4 thin chicken breasts, and I'm seasoning them all over garlic powder, salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. And then I've got a skillet here that I've heated up some olive oil in, and I'm going to get my chicken breasts in there and cook them for about 4 minutes per side. They do not need to be all the way cooked through. We just want to get them a good sear on the outside because these are going to be going in the oven. So once I've got a good sear on both sides, then I'm adding in 1 container of like grape tomatoes, a bunch of fresh minced garlic, and then a container of feta cheese, and then drizzling that with some olive oil. And then this went in the oven on 425 for 15 minutes. After the 15 minutes, I pulled it out. I made sure that my chicken was cooked all the way through. And then I kind of like pushed the cheese and everything to the sides and took the chicken out. And then we're going to start mashing up the tomatoes to make a sauce. And then the recipe just wanted you to take these tomatoes and the feta and like stir it together and make a sauce, and then add 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. But I was looking at it, I was like, this is not going to be saucy enough for us. So I ended up adding 1 cup of water and a little bit of the Knorr chicken bouillon and giving that a good stir. And then I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons of heavy cream and some crushed red pepper, and just go in and keep stirring this up and crushing those tomatoes. I've got this on like a medium high heat so it can simmer and start to reduce. And then once it starts to like really reduce, while this was in the oven, I did cook up a pot of pasta. I did some rotini, just cook it in some salted water according to the package directions. So once my sauce was a little bit thickened up, then I added in my pasta and that chicken. I sliced it up and stirred that in as well. And this was delicious. It wasn't super strong on the feta flavor. I honestly wish it tasted a little bit more like feta, like maybe adding some more feta like crumbled to the top once it's done cooking. That would probably help. So then you've got like all that melted feta in there to make the sauce, but then like some chunks too. I think that would be really, really good. But we loved this, and it was pretty simple to make. It was like the TikTok feta pasta kinda, but different. Tuesday night, I tried a new sheet pan recipe. This is sheet pan teriyaki ginger sesame chicken and broccoli. So I'm starting off by making the marinade. I've got half a cup of teriyaki sauce here, and then I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of oil, but I kind of messed up doing this and spilt the oil a little bit. It's fine. And then 3 tablespoons of honey, a tablespoon of ground ginger, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and then a little bit of salt and pepper, and then just whisk that all together really well. Then I'm going to start cutting up my veggies. I'm going to chop up some bell peppers, and then I've already got some broccoli chopped up. And I'm just putting all that in a bowl. And then I'm going to cut up some chicken as well. I'm using chicken thighs. So I'm just going to cut them up into bite-sized pieces and get those in the bowl with the veggies. Then I'm going to add in half of that marinade mixture and toss the veggies and chicken in that. And then I seasoned it a little bit more with some salt and pepper. And then just let that sit for about 10 minutes while the oven preheats. We're going to be baking this on 350. So I preheated my oven to 350. And then I spread this out on a sheet pan and baked it in the oven for 25 minutes. And then at the end, you're going to use the rest of that marinade and just toss it back on the chicken and veggies to give them a little bit more sauce. And then I just serve this over some white rice. And if my whole family likes sesame seeds, I would have sprinkled the whole thing with sesame seeds, but they don't. So only my bowl had some sesame seeds sprinkled over the top. This was delicious. We love like Asian dishes, and this one being a sheet pan meal made it so easy, and I will definitely make this again. Wednesday night's dinner looks really good, but it was really, really simple. I just took some salmon, and then I put on some of this Japanese style barbecue sauce that I picked up at Aldi, spread that all over it, and then put this in the air fryer on my foil lined basket for like 12 minutes on 400 degrees. Salmon came out cooked perfectly. It's nice and like crispy and golden on top. And I made some fried rice while that was cooking because my fried rice like takes just as long to make. So the day before when I had made white rice, I made a lot so that I'd have extra white rice to make fried rice because I knew we would be having this dinner. And I just served the salmon on top of the fried rice, and it was delicious. And the last meal of the week, we had some burritos. It was actually just me and Elijah this night. and he helped me make everything, but everything was made in the microwave. So we've got this seasoned pork carnitas that I got at Kroger on markdown. We love this stuff. And then I had a package of refried beans from Dollar Tree. We love those as well. And then we were trying this Spanish rice for the first time from Dollar Tree, and honestly, I didn't really care for it. It was a little bit too sticky for my taste. The flavor wasn't bad, but I don't think I would purchase this exact one again. If they have some other ones, I might try those or pick up some of the other brands that they have at like Kroger and whatnot. But this is so easy. We heated everything up and then we just assembled our burritos with cheese and all of the rice and beans and meat in there and some salsa, and rolled it up and had some chips and salsa on the side. Super easy, but still very tasty. Lily had gone to dinner with Grandpa. She had Mexican food, I think. And then Andy didn't come home until late that night, but he also had a burrito with these toppings. But that is going to be it for this week's What's for Dinner. Some super simple family meal ideas. I hope it gave you some new ideas. If you plan on trying any of the recipes that I made, let me know in the comments down below, and leave me a smiley face emoji down in the comments as well to let me know you made it here all the way to the end. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!